Welcome back to the program. Philanthropy is our center of discussion on this Lifestyle Wednesday, and I'm still joined by Diana Juma. Before we went on break, we still were talking about your inspiration, your influence, and at least you had told us what is your greatest inspiration, part of what you went through as a child, part of the sufferings that you saw your mom went through, especially being the African culture and the African context, and there's so many things that happens in regards to that. But now, aside from that, how do you make decisions about philanthropy in regards to which areas you might visit, coming up with a plan, a work plan and strategy for all of that? Okay, so for that, for me, it's a systematic order. I just want to start with, well, I started with West Africa, and then I gradually... West Africa, which country in specific? Well, Ghana. Oh, where are you actually roots
exactly.
From?
And then, so Kenya is, I want to continue with East. So I'm going to try and do, I always look for not the privilege, but the underprivileged to help. So Kenya, and then I'll move on to other countries in the East, and then move on to different other places. Yes, you began from the West, and you mentioned Ghana. Now you're moving to the East. There's so many countries in the East, and as much as it's progressive and you'd move to other places, but why did you choose to start with Kenya? What was so interesting or specific to this country? Well, I like to read a lot about different countries, culture, and what is going on, and I just fell in love with Kenya. I just love it. I'm like, no, I have to be here to be able to see and assist. To be able to see and assess. So aside from orphanages, because like we mentioned, this is your focus, this is where your heart is. You also had mentioned bits of other things that you do in terms of giving back, because for you as a person, it's all about giving. This is what makes your heart full. So aside from orphanages and the 5 that we mentioned, what other areas are you focused on and why? Okay, so I focus on like students that need help. For example, maybe financial help. I mean, I was once a secondary school student, and it's not every time that my parents had money to give me to maybe buy some books or anything that I need personally. So everything that I didn't have, I don't want anybody to go through it. Like, I want somebody to, it's like things you didn't have, you want to give to your kids. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that you can contact me on Instagram, and then whatever you need, just ask me and I'll be able to provide. So I do help students. I do help people who want to start up a trade, maybe want to sell something. And I help with, I've paid for someone to learn how to do barbering, hairdressing, seamstress, like sewing stuff. And like I said, I always also go to a hospital, which is in Africa. Whenever I visit, I go to a hospital. It has to be in Africa. Yeah, it has to be, because so I look for the hospital that is a little bit like, you can tell that the people need help. So I go there and I ask, is there anybody? I ask the doctor, is there anybody that their hospital bill is outstanding? And then I try and pay for it. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. You mentioned earlier, actually, just right now, that someone can send you a DM, and if they're going through stuff, either it's in payment of fees or they want to do a business, and you'll just be there to help them. But we know there's some people who are fraudsters. How do you filter? Okay, so with this, initially when I started this, I would be like, as I'm here and the person contact me, then I'm like, I'm present. So then I would be able to detect. But when I go and it happens, I would, obviously there are ways to know if this is a fraudster or not. How? I would do a little bit of investigation before I give it out, before I give out financial.
Yeah. That's just
I'm not just gonna because I know there are fosters out there. Yeah.
That's good to clarify, because people will be watching and they'll be wondering, okay, the guest just said that I can DM them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then boom, I'll have cash to begin my business that I've been wanting to do. And you can never tell. This life, some people are just out here because of malice.
But I need the people that are really poor and need the help, not somebody who's already, rich. Okay. So I need the poorest, because that's where my heart is.
You said that when you began. So how long is this? And how can you track the progress thus far? In as much as you're going to different places and you are even here in Kenya to do the same kind of thing, but how can you track?
Well, I began, I would say, like when I was like 21. So I'm not going to mention my age, but yeah.
I was about to ask you, so how long is it?
Yeah, but usually I kind of have people, like every country I have that I visit, I would have some friends, like I went there and I met them, or, somebody to just keep an eye on whoever I'm helping. Or, just so that I can get feedback whether this person is real, or is he saying what he's doing, is he doing it or he's not, or, so it's not a big deal, but if somebody is starting a business or somebody is learning, for example, I've paid for somebody to go and learn how to braid hair, I would get, for example, the manager, I would get in contact with the manager to make sure the person is coming regularly. Is the person serious, or is the person is not serious?
To also see what you're investing in.
Exactly. I want to make sure that everything is on point. So I do get contact people,
which is actually what I was about to ask you, but you just talked about the manager, and I'm inclined to think that it's not every person or every area you can go to help. Someone might have a manager. So how else do you get this contact people that you can say you can trust, because then they need to be someone that you can trust to track the progress?
Well, so far I haven't had any problems or issues. Well, the only thing was, I think one person says he wants to do a small trade. I supported, but I guess probably she didn't care, so it didn't go so well. But at least I helped. If you wanna, mess around, that's your own problem. But I helped.
But you helped.
At the end of the day, the thing is between me and my God. See somebody suffering. Dear Lord, I've helped the person. It's up to you, the person, to help yourself.
Because it's just so much you can do to help
I can't do that much, but at least I've helped. So the rest is between you, me, and God. Yes.
And see, that's why it's important. It was important for me to just understand how you get to track, because the way you are mentioning, there's such of these cases, like the negative cases, which sometimes you do not have control over. But as someone who this is dear to your heart, philanthropy, giving out, helping out, do such cases discourage you?
No, it doesn't. Because if it discourages you, then it's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But usually when it comes to adults, I prefer to help children. That's why I do the orphanages. Because with children, see, their hearts are so pure. But when it comes to adults, you might help an adult, and next time the person sees you, it will shock you that the person might even beat you up for some, reason, any reason.
And people have different issues that they're dealing with.
So I prefer to help children, but in any way I help all.
You help all.
Oh,
Looks like this is actually rooted.
I have to do it, because at the end of the day, I mean, everybody have a way of worshiping the Lord, but this is my way.
This is your way.
This is my way. Yes.
Lest we get to some religious misunderstanding, let's not delve into that part a bit. However, let's talk about you impacting the same to your children. Off air, you were telling me that this is part of also what we would want to instill in your children, helping. And why I wanted to talk about that is because in our kind of society right now, in our generation, it's like everyone for himself and God for us all. If someone wants to help you out of their own volition, but it's not like a thing the way you are really advocating so much for helping. So is it part of what you want to instill to your kids, and maybe why?
Okay, so on this trip I brought my kids. so they can learn how to give to children's orphanage. Well, I keep saying children's orphanage because
it's what you do most.
You know, yeah, exactly. And it's like they don't have anybody, you know, but the Lord and the people that look after them. So giving to them is like I'm head over heels, you know. I just laugh. So I'm teaching them how to, I said, if you want to do good, just come to Africa. You choose anywhere in Africa, just go support. So I'm glad that I brought them with me, and they are basically happy. They're happy
learning.
Yeah.
So maybe break it down for us. What exactly are you teaching them? So at least also for someone who's watching, they can just understand when someone says I'm a philanthropist, when someone says I'm helping out, this is actually what it means. If I'm to learn how to do this, because you can have all the money and you don't even know what to do with it sometimes. You don't even know how to go about helping out.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that you are teaching them or you are making them learn something here and there, what exactly are you making them learn?
I'm making them be a good person.
Okay.
Okay, I'm making
so it's
them...
like character.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to be a good person, just give. Because, I mean, there's a saying that it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
Also, giving, you know, it kind of... you might think that you're just giving, but the Lord blesses you in a different way. And I want my kids to just follow my footsteps and do as basically the Lord brought us on this earth to do, to help the poor, help just go to, you know, things in the Bible. I just follow the structure in the Bible, just visit people in prison, people in hospitals, just what the Lord says.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to teach my children the good way, to be good citizens. Yeah.
And to live accordingly.
Exactly.
All right, so these 5 orphanages that you've kept talking about, do you like, you know, own them, or you just go searching out for them and there are 5 in number? Oh,
I started searching when I was in the US. So I just searched and checked. Yeah, and then I just came and then started visiting. Visiting them.
So the 5 is actually the 5 that you are visiting, helping out.
Yes.
So then do you plan to like have your own, because you are so passionate about these kids and orphanages?
Yeah. I wish to have my own though, but it would be a big project. That means I need people to, you know, take care of the kids and all that. That means it would be a big project. I need a land, I need everything to start, begin. It's
a big project.
Yeah.
But it's
I'll
part
have to
of
think
your
about
dream.
it. Yeah.
But it's part of what you're dreaming to.
Exactly. It's part of,
Okay. All right. Now you talked about if you are to start one, you will need this, need that, need everything. And you know, it encompasses a whole lot.
Yeah.
To an extent, I just want to find out, in as much as you go about visiting different orphanages, and you've talked to us about some of them, especially in Kenya, that you've visited and the kind of issues you found therein, do you have a team? Because you just can't do this by yourself.
I know. I know, but I'm somebody that I can combine many jobs together and do it, and by myself.
Okay.
No, for real. Because
you're those super women.
Yeah, I am super. Yeah, yeah. I combine many, and then I'm doing it by myself. And so like I said, I came with my kids, and they helping, you know, throughout this journey. Yeah.
So your kids are your help. They're like your team. All right.
Here in Kenya, yes.
But then why haven't you thought of even having your own organization, in as much as, yes, it's just visiting, but one would imagine this is such a big, this is a huge task.
Yeah.
I mean, going to different countries, helping out, giving, especially to children and orphanages.
I have opened an organization on Instagram that if anybody want to assist, because I can't do the whole thing on my own. I would like to help worldwide. You know, but I can't do it on my own. So if I can get some support, I have an organization on my Instagram where
so then how
can email me.
Yeah. now is it that time where you can just tell us how they can be able to find this, platform, so that they can, those that can help and chip into this project of viewers, then can be able to find them easy.
Okay, I have an Instagram, Diane Juma, is in DIANE, and Juma JUMAH. On that platform, there is on the contact is my email. They can email me to help with any funds. Also, I have on that same platform, I have the organization, which is Amapokwa Foundation. It's a link. I have 2 links actually. One is my YouTube and one is the foundation. One is the YouTube and one is the foundation. Finally, as we come to as we draw the conversation to a close, rather, what does the future look like for you as it pertains to philanthropy and giving? I'll continue. I'm going to continue to help, regardless of what happens. I'm going to continue to help every country that I could in Africa. I'm going to continue to help. But can I say that I'm also giving out free jewelry. It's on my Instagram account. So if you visit my Instagram account, I'm giving out free jewelry. Just tell me why you think you should win,
or get the
jewelry. Exactly. And then I just ship it to you. So
wow. That's really heart of giving, completely. Thank you so much, Diana, for your time.